There are tons of new mobile games dropping every single week on the market, but the question is which ones are good? And the bigger question is which ones would I personally recommend? And even a bigger question on top of that would be, what are the 5 that I'm playing right now? I have a handful of games that I play every single day, and they're ones that I truly believe in and ones that I think are actually amazing. So today I'm going to share them with you so that you could try them out as well. So let's dive into my list of 5 games that I'm personally playing every day. First on today's list is Diablo Immortal. Diablo Immortal is an action RPG that you could play on both mobile devices and on PC. Inside of this game, you can choose between 8 different classes to play, including the tanky melee attacker, the Barbarian, the Wizard, which is a more fragile ranged hero that drops a lot of DPS, or the Demon Hunter, which is also a little bit weaker in its actual health, but drops a ton of damage, adding a lot of mobility as well. Then we have the Tempest, which is the brand new class inside of the game, a controller of wind and water. This class is the one that I'm currently playing and absolutely loving, and it's a hybrid class mixing ranged and melee attacks. And of course you could play as the Monk, a classic that's been in all of Diablo games for all of time, as well as the Crusader, another tanky troop that drops a lot of damage and offers a lot of support to other players while playing, plus he could jump on a horse, my second favorite class inside of the game. And then you have the Necromancer, who summons the dead to have them fight alongside of you, a true army leader. And finally, the Blood Knight, which is the class that dropped last year, another melee hybrid class that's super fast and drops crazy damage. And there are so many different game modes that you could play inside of Diablo Immortal, ranging from PvE style gameplay all the way to PvP. And this game is known for its monetization and how heavy-handed it could be on the in-game purchases. But the great thing about the game is, yes, of course, you could spend a lot of money playing it if you want to, or you could play completely free to play and experience everything that the game has to offer at 0 cost to you. Now, with any game that I'm really into, I would always recommend that you do give some support in the form of a battle pass or something like that, a $5 a month, call it donation if you will. But you don't have to inside of any of the games we're looking at here today. And in fact, you can have a great gameplay experience in all of these titles, even if you spend $0. Now, maybe you won't be the top PvPer in the world if you don't spend, but you definitely can enjoy all elements that Diablo Immortal has to offer. You get a bunch of mobs that you could fight, or even some big bosses that you're going to encounter that are really a lot of fun to take down. And as you're going to see in a moment, that drops some really good rewards, allowing you to upgrade your account and further progress your progress inside of the game. As you can see, the bosses go down in glorious fashion and we get a whole bunch of rewards for taking them down. It's always satisfying and always a way for you again to progress. You could choose your skills, your primary attacks, the gear that you wear, or the gems that you wear in those sockets, as well as secondary gear, all which can be upgraded over time. Diablo Immortal is a must-play mobile experience that I recommend anyone that likes action RPGs or titles that just keep you going with a grind that increases on a daily basis. It's my favorite mobile game that I'm playing today, and one that I would recommend all of you try. And by any reason, if you do decide to try and you want to play with me on my server, I do play on the Iceburn tier. In addition, I put out videos every single day on my second YouTube channel, Echo Gaming Diablo. Next on the list, we have Squad Busters. This is the latest game that's dropped from Supercell that takes us into the Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, Brawl Stars, Heyday, and Boom Beach universe. It's an absolutely incredible and addicting game. The job that you have to do here is build your squad to then take into battle, get as many gems as you can, because whoever holds the most amount of gems at the end of the match is the winner. This is a really exciting game, and if you really do like the Supercell universe, it's something that you're probably going to enjoy, not only because you get to bust players as you play through, but also because you get to play as familiar characters that you'll know from other Supercell titles that you've played in the past. As you notice, as I'm playing through here, you run through different zones, you can unlock chests, and you can get gems as well as coins that can be used to unlock different chests and unlock new brawlers or new minis for you to play as. As you can see right here, we're getting a new one, and we're able to fuse our characters together as we get 3 from the same type. As you can see, we're also picking up a mother load of gems right here, and everyone is a little bit nervous to get into the middle of the map where all these gems lie, because that's where some of the biggest battles will also be encountered. I could choose from any different characters that I want inside of the game, and I get a really nice job. Let me do that. And I could get used to how they play and add to how my battle and how my squad actually plays out. Squad Busters is a pretty simple title. You unlock different characters, you can then play them inside of the matches, you get a bunch of coins to unlock a bunch of chests, and then your squad gets bigger as you run around the map. The bigger and more powerful your squad, as well as diverse, the better odds you'll have in winning 1v1 squad battles. And as you're noticing in a couple of the battles you're seeing here, I'm taking down a bunch of different squads, and that's getting me free chests so I could further strengthen myself in the match. Notice here another squad is about to go down as I'm going after Clippy right here. Clippy does go down, another squad busted, allowing me to get another unlock on a chest. We're waiting for this chest in the center, this gem mine, to also bust as well, but now we're going in hard, going after this group. Notice that they are pretty strong as well, and it was something that I probably should have given up on, which is exactly what I did. By the way, I've actually put out a few videos on this channel featuring squad busters, and I was really curious if you guys would want to see more of that. Let's be honest, so far they have not been so popular, and this guy tried to go head to head with me right here and found out very quickly that it was a bad choice because he also got himself busted. Oh, actually pulled out the mega right there. He pulled out the mega, so the bust did not happen. We'll get ourselves another free chest. We will get that mega later on because with 1 minute left in the match, the gem mine is now opening. We're able to get a lot more gems to really increase our count, and now Rat King is gonna take our wrath. Even though they have a really big one right there, a really big character that we're gonna have to take down, gives us good rewards, and we do eventually get the bust as we're about to take down their Archer Queen, but again get tied up. They're doing some good movement as they make their way around the map. I'm liking this because I can give you a good example of what the game actually looks and plays like. They came back for more and got busted in the process. Look at all the gems right there in the middle of the map, and also look at who took first place inside of this match. Definitely a great game. And if you ever play any Supercell game, including Squad Busters, consider using my code ECHO to get yourself some free gold inside of the game and to support my channel. The next game that I play and love playing every single day is Raid Shadow Legends. This is your turn-based strategy style game, and one that has an autoplay feature that actually works really well with my work schedule. I like this game because I could play it while doing other things. It doesn't take me too much to be able to focus and allow myself to progress through the game. Inside of Raid Shadow Legends, you're looking at a hero collecting game with over 800 champions that you're going to both upgrade and then outfit in some of the best gear that you get and unlock from fighting in different matches to strengthen up those characters or those champions and to build the strongest of teams to take down any foes along the way. Some of my favorite champions that I've built inside of the game include Tyrant, Wixwell, which is one of the latest fusions that the game had to offer, legendary champions of course, Rathalos, Blade Master, Armand's another fusion champion that I got myself. We have Bad L, a legendary that we pulled from a shard, Ursula the Mourner, one of my favorite revivers inside of the game, and of course we have Geomancer. But if you're someone that's brand new to the game or thinking of joining, you're gonna probably want to start out with the starting champion, Kale. And by the way, if you've never played Raid Shadow Legends, I have a QR code and a download link. QR code's on the screen, download link is in the description. Go check it out. If you do that, you get yourself a free champion, being Rector Drath. This beauty is another fantastic epic reviver and healer that's going to allow you in the beginning portions of your game to dominate and progress further inside of the game. There's even PvP inside of Raid Shadow Legends that I find a ton of fun. You could put your army together and actually face real people to see if you have what it takes to shut them down. Inside of Raid Shadow Legends, there are so many different game modes that you could play that you really won't ever get bored. It's really just an enjoyable time with new things unlocking all the time and constant updates being dropped on the game. So if you're looking for a really amazing looking turn-based strategy mobile title with a PC client as well, you really can't go wrong in trying Raid Shadow Legends. It's literally the best in the space. And I like it so much that I started a third YouTube channel to cover this title, and it's called Echo Raid Shadow Legends. I would love it if you guys came through and saw my daily uploads on that channel as well. And coming in at number 4, we have Warcraft Rumble, a game where you have your leaders and you have your minis that you take into battle in epic World of Warcraft themed realms. Inside of Warcraft Rumble, you're playing on a game that was found up in the attic with a lot of different game modes that you could play. It's one that has a lot of lore behind it and a lot of characters that you may already know from the World of Warcraft realm. And what you need to do is take down different stations along the map, get control of them, and eventually take down the end boss on the back side of the map. Let me take you through a round really quick. As you're going to see, you accumulate gold over time, and as you accumulate that gold, you can then spend it to drop troops in the map. Yes, it's actually a bit like Clash Royale, but it has a lot more strategy and a much more of a PvE style gameplay than you do get inside of Clash Royale. This is a really great game, and I like to call it the adults version of Clash Royale. I absolutely love playing it, and I think that it really can do well if people would give it a chance. It's one of my favorite games to play right now, and by far my favorite game to play in the vertical format. As you can see right here, we're defending to keep our tower safe, and then we're going hard on their tower, trying to gain that position. I'm using my Tyrion deck, which is going to allow me to get some healing along the way, and I want to send my miner up, or my dark miner, to get some position and to get some gold along the way, and my regular cobalt miner to get the gold over there. You can also change the directions on the map where your minis are going to go. That allows you to kind of add some really good control to your attacks. I'm going to go in hard right now on the boss and see what kind of damage I could do, distracting him along the way, trying to get as many minis as I can get on top of him, including 2 of my leaders at one time. You also have spells that you can utilize in these matches as well, which can really diversify your attacks and make you have some really solid success as you go for those big takedowns of the bosses. Right here, we do have PvE and PvP inside of the game, so you could take these matches against other people that you may encounter, or just against the PvE that the game has to offer. You also get some solid rewards for completing missions inside of the game, and there's a great guild system inside of the game as well, Aftershock Media is mine, that allows you to play in 2-player modes against different missions that the game has to offer. Right now, Molten Core is the one going on, and of course we can do dungeons and other campaign type missions that are spent and played all around the map. With tons of different leaders and or heroes that the game has to offer, as well as all the minis that you could play as and add to your arsenal to really diversify your attack and gameplay style, Warcraft Rumble is a game that's absolutely amazing to play. It's so much fun, and it is the adult version of a tower takedown style game that I absolutely love. And you know what else? Yeah, you guessed it. I have another YouTube channel where I cover Warcraft Rumble every single day, and it's called Echo Warcraft Rumble. Hopefully you guys go check that one out as well. And if you decide you want to play the game because you never have before, I'll leave a download link for that one in the description of this video as well. And check this out, just as we're about to log off, we got an amazing deal offering us 4 stars and a bunch of upgrade juice right here. We're gonna buy this one. We're gonna not only get the 4-star upgrade on our fairy dragon, but we're also gonna get almost 7,000 in the crystallized juice, the arcane lust inside of that troop, that mini, to get them upgraded to do even more damage. Next on the list, we have Star Wars Hunters. This is a game that recently launched. I'm talking very recently, and I think it's worth your time to try. If you're a big fan of Star Wars and someone that likes arena-style shooting games, this is one that is actually quite interesting. Now, being blatantly honest here, if I were to talk about a mobile shooter that I play all the time, it would be Call of Duty Mobile. But I actually really like what's being done inside of this one, and I do believe that we could see some really great gameplay and a lot of people enjoying this game as time goes on. It's an arena style shooter that has some really great combat mechanics. It's extremely smooth. It makes you work as a team inside of the game, and It's Star Wars themed, and that has a huge audience in itself. I think this is a great shooter style battler game that is, of course, taking place in the arena, which is a less popular genre than a battle royale style, but this one is a lot of fun. It's put together really well, and it's an extremely strong build. I think it's going to do really well in the long run, and I could confidently recommend it to you and let you know it's a really good time. So which of the 5 games that I mentioned today are you most interested in? Which of them are you already playing? And which ones will you possibly even download today? Let me know in the comments section below, and remember, I'll be back tomorrow with another video, so if you enjoyed, please subscribe.